it's been pretty smooth. The December, getting prepared for the bowl, and just being surrounded by those guys who've played so much football here. In Joe Bolden and Dez and Ross. I mean, they helped my transition there in December, and then it's been real smooth.
And obviously you're in a position where there's a lot of losses, so it's kind of a key focus for you to get that ready. What's that been like so far?
Oh, it's awesome. It's just a challenge. We got to get some young guys ready to go, and we got some great guys, that are coming back that have played a lot of football too. Ben Gideon has stepped in and been an incredible leader, right off the bat. So, and then Coach Brown. Coach Brown's there with me with the backers, and he's a seasoned veteran coach that understands how to get guys ready to go. So it's been pretty smooth. We're working hard.
Has Mike McCray been full go? I mean, he's had a lot of shoulder issues over the years. Has he been doing all right with that?
Yeah, he's been incredible over the past, the first 5 practices. He's a pleasant surprise. You kind of knew he had it in him, and just his first 5 practices have been phenomenal.
And is Jabril working with you, or is he working with the safeties coaches still? What's that situation?
Jabril works with a lot of people. He's with me. He's with the safety coaches. He's kind of everywhere. So he's a smart football player that can take on a lot, and we're going to ask him to take on a lot. So I think sky's the limit on what positions he can play. We might even line him up a nose tackle this year if we can.
When he's up close to the line, what is the biggest threat he presents to an offense?
He can get to the quarterback in under a second off the ball. He's got quickness. He's going to put some old linemen in some tough situations coming off the edge. And, he can also drop and get to the flat real quick. And he can cover a guy from the line of scrimmage. Be a tight end or back out of the backfield. So he can do some real dynamic things for us there.
Are there a lot of differences in the Don Brown defense from what they were doing last year?
It's a different defense. I think, obviously there are differences, but these kids are like seasoned. It's like, all right, next up. It's their 3rd defense here in 3 years, and and they've picked it up really well, and it's exciting to see. And it hasn't been as hard as a transition as people would think.
What's this opportunity been like for you? You spent last year obviously in a different role. This is your first time here in a role like this. What's this been like?
It doesn't get any better for me. This is awesome. This is what I love. I'm on the field. I'm coaching. I'm getting after it. You attack any role you have. I attacked last year like it was the best role I could ever have, and I got a new one, and maybe I like this one a little better, but I'm just going to attack it 110% and do whatever I can for the team and whatever it asks of me.
People are expecting this defense to be very good, but nationally they'll say, the one position that, they lost everybody and this and that will be yours. How much of a challenge do you take that as?
Oh, that's what I live for. I love it. I want just like he just asked. When I came in here, it was a challenge. I'm a competitor, and I wouldn't want it any other way. We'll get those guys going, and we'll take on the challenge, and we'll make it work.
You mentioned bringing in the best players before with Rashawn Gary. Obviously, you got to know what do you know about him and his potential that other people might not know about this at this point?
I could say I know him better than any other college football coach in the country does. That's a fair statement. Sky's the limit with him, and I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised when he shows up here. And it's just you just find, and I've been able to see like there's certain players that just have something, right? It's a work ethic. It's a work ethic on the field and in the classroom. It's just a love for the game where they have a bounce in their step every time they hit the field. And fortunately, I've so far gotten to really on a lower level coach, on a high school level coach to 2 of those guys, and one of them is Jabril and one of them is Rashawn. And you kind of they just have it, have something, and they take every single play they play is 110 miles per hour, and so I expect huge things out of Rashawn, and he expects it out of himself, and it's not just going to be on the field; it's going to be in the community here at the school.
How has Bush adjusted to the college game here the last week or so?
Really good. He's someone that we're going to look highly upon to do some big things, and of course we're not going to put too much pressure on a young guy. He's going to learn at his own pace, but he's ramped it up here in the last 3 practices really, and he's done what we have expected him to do.
You think he could play as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone that we recruited last year can play as a freshman, or else I wouldn't feel good about my job that I did. So we're expecting big things out of all those guys.